Hey, I'm Cece Summers and welcome to YASS or Pass, the game where I am a 100% consenting adult that was not kidnapped game contestant, and I choose who I want to end up with at the end. And it's definitely going to turn out well for me, and I am not scared at all. Somewhere on an interdimensional cable channel. Welcome everyone to YASS or Pass, the most popular speed dating show in 8 different realities. Tonight our totally willing and in no way kidnapped contestant will choose one of 12 lucky potential partners in an attempt to find love. Please welcome our contestant, this person whose name we didn't bother asking. Fantastic! Now please welcome he who puts the hoe in host, the power top with a powerful bottom, the one and only Eros Magnum.
Oh, yes.
Hello everyone, good evening to all my lovely viewers in every dimension of every orientation. Mwah. Welcome to YASS or Pass, a delightful show where we have gathered so many wonderful potential partners from all walks of life, and sometimes death. All to be objectified by our lucky contestant over here in a vain attempt of having a non-awkward date and possible connection. I am your host, Eros Magnum. Let's meet our contestant. So, contestant, how are you feeling tonight? Excited? Nervous? Terrified? It's a pick. Good, that's amazing. We had you fill out a questionnaire before the show, but wouldn't you know it, we lost it before I came out here. So I'm just going to assume you have hobbies. Excellent. And they're interesting hobbies. Wonderful. Now that we've really gotten to know our contestants' very soul and inner self through their totally interesting hobbies, and that bit of one-on-one connection we had, we're ready to explain the rules. Contestant, tonight you're going to be presented with 12 separate potential partners. They've all completed a short questionnaire for you to get to know them, but here's the kicker. You're not allowed to see or hear them unless you agree to go on a contractually obligated, with lethal enforcement if necessary, date with them. After a brief introduction, you'll say yes to go on a date or pass to find a partner who can match better with you. But once you pass, that's it. There's no going back, only forward. So, contestant, what will it be? Will you yes or pass? No! Let's go ahead and get comfortable here. Oh yeah, that's much better. Contestant, let's get started. Our first potential partner is Rosalind. Rosalind runs her own floral shop down in California with her 2 dogs, Peaches and Musketeer. She enjoys antiquing, rock climbing, and cosplay. She's a vegetarian and is looking for someone with the energy to keep up with her both professionally and privately. Rawr. So contestant, will you yes or pass? Her favorite food is broccoli pizza. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Pass. Pass. Oh dear, our contestant has passed. Absolutely will not be rock climbing. Don't worry, Rosalind. A perfect partner is obviously not what our closed-minded contestant is looking for. They're not much of a catch, but clearly beggars can be choosers. Fuck. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner is Jacob. Jacob lives in New York, where he runs a bakery specializing in cupcakes. A single dad working for a second go at love, Jacob enjoys going to the movies, woodworking, and video games. He's looking for someone who can help add a bit of stability to his somewhat hectic life. So, contestant, will you yes or pass? Yeah, okay, see, I am the one that needs stability. I am not the one that brings stability. So we would just feed off of each other's chaos. It would not work well for us. I'm gonna go ahead and pass, Jacob. Ouch, Jacob's lovely, idyllic lifestyle just isn't enough to move the cold, dead heart of our contestant. Maybe this gold-digging loser will find someone more appealing to them in the next few rounds. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner is Nectane. The rotting soul of a dead god, Nectane is here to support you in all your endeavors. A diplomat by trade, Nectane wants to offer you everything you've ever wanted in exchange for a chance of romance. He enjoys bargaining, Faustian contracts, and Italian food. So, contestant, will you YASS or pass? I kind of want to see all of the contestants. Plus, he's the rotting soul of a god. He's probably a little stinky. Pass. All the riches and glories before them, and the contestant has chosen to spurn them all and remain the sniveling little nobody they always were. Fame and glory came knocking, but our contestant just couldn't be bothered to get off the couch to answer the door. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner is Gorm the Ever-Starving. Gorm the Ever-Starving is driven and ambitious, and for good reason. Tasked with devouring the false gods of reality, Gorm keeps in shape through keto and the constant pursuit of the metaphysical concept of a deity fueled by the beliefs of heretics. Oh my god. It sounds like his work will have him traveling a lot, and I have 3 dogs that I would be bringing to this relationship. I really need to make sure that I can take them with me, and I have a feeling I wouldn't be able to take them very much, so we're gonna pass. Aw, what a shame. Looks like our contestant prefers to be a dog of institutionalized religion and won't be helping Gorm in their never-ending quest of deicide. Looks like you dodged a bullet there, Gorm. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner is he who is destroyed. We all love an underdog. And you can't get more of an underdog than this fallen entity who is literally devoured by his own followers, only to return and send them all shrieking into the forever hell. He who is destroyed is looking for a partner who can help rebuild his cult of nightmares and become their new grim deacon of eternity. Okay, I know I said that I kind of wanted to see all the contestants, but would you pass up an opportunity like this? Like being the grim deacon of a cult? How does it get better than that? You know what? He who is destroyed, let's fucking do this. Oh yeah, our contestant has made a decision, and boy are they clearly not thinking it through. While the partner they've chosen is clearly a wonderful catch, the contestant is probably basing their choice off their own petty desire to become the head of a cult in a sad attempt at controlling their life. Roasted. Contestant, you have chosen to go on a date with he who is destroyed. You suck. Love, Eros. Okay, so let's go ahead and pass on he who is destroyed and see who else we've got lined up. Oh, power and status doesn't seem to be enough. A spineless contestant like ours clearly lacks drive and ambition in their life, and would only weigh he who is destroyed down in their rise to glory. All hail the devoured one, but shame to the contestant who just let opportunity slip by. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner is Error 8008. Error Boobs. Our next potential partner is Error Boobs, a calculator that was forced to write 8,085 so many times that they developed a libido. Trapped now in an unfeeling metallic shell and longing for any form of release, they've begun exploring the farthest reaches of kink and need an open-minded partner to join them on their journey. Apparently, his favorite animal is an emu. All right, you know what, little kinky computer? Let's just go ahead and do this. Contestant, you have chosen to try and make it work with a calculator. You must be really lonely or one of the worst degenerates I've ever had the misfortune of meeting. I'll never forget that tonight we saw rock bottom, and it was when you chose to date Error 80085. All right, let's go ahead and pass on boobs. Ignorance is bliss, and our meek little vanilla contestant just doesn't have the fortitude, guts, or spine to explore the deepest worlds of fetish and desire. That's all right. Someone has to be the unflavored oatmeal in the sexual world, and it is definitely you. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner. Contestant. Just pass. For the sake of everyone here, just pass this one. We don't know how it got onto the stage, and we don't know how it got into the show, but you need to pass, or we'll all suffer the consequences here. Just pass. Yes?
Good choice.
The fuck was that? You fucked it up. Okay, I guess we gotta pass on that guy. Okay, well, pass. Hard pass. Phew, good. Good choice there, contestant. We'll get security in here and return to the game once they've dealt with it. Let's move on. Our next potential partner? Xerax? A self-described small business owner, Xerax runs their own church, the Pentagram of White Noise, and is known as They Who Sleep in the Static. They say they're looking for a partner who can help them keep their personal life separate from their all-important work of bringing the cataclysm of vibrance. Xerax enjoys stargazing, consuming the minds of the vapid masses, skinny dipping in the liquid between, and binging TV shows. They also enjoy roleplay in the bedroom. How spicy. Their age is 0. Their favorite food is electricity. And their favorite kink is spanking. Xerax sounds amazing. Let's just go ahead and YASS. What a scumbag choosing to go for the leader of a church in an obvious attempt at tax exemption instead of any real spiritual connection. Well, I wouldn't need to have a spiritual connection because I'm trying to help her separate the church from her life. Duh. Trying to use such a loophole proves how morally bankrupt you are. You disgust me, but hopefully you won't disgust your chosen partner, Xerax.
Dismantle your reality and allow an entry to your mind.
Done. Okay, let's go ahead. Apparently running their own church and bringing about the apocalypse just isn't enough for our arrogant little contestant who thinks they're better than Xerax. This reveals just how much of a selfish lover they are, but it's too late now. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner is Queen Sheba. I have a feeling I'm gonna 100% say yes. I haven't heard anything about her yet, but here we go. Queen Sheba of the Obsidian Vault was locked away until time dies for the red sin of passion, but that's not getting in the way of her search for love. Sheba enjoys a glass of good wine and casual blood sport in the evening. Though her form is astral projected from the Crypt of Oblivion, she says that she's only broadened the choices in the bedroom. Yes, she sounds amazing. A filthy little sub is what our contestant is, because let's face it, Sheba is a gigatop, and that's what made our little pervert's heart race. Most likely they'll disappoint the queen, but you gotta admire their extremely misplaced enthusiasm. Contestant, you have chosen to date Queen Sheba.
Let's have an out-of-body experience, love.
Done. Okay, it pains me, but we're gonna pass. Sheba's confidence and elegance has clearly intimidated our contestant, who has scurried away in the presence of their betters. Our stammering little weakling has decided to settle for something less than the experienced caress of a demi-goddess of romance. But we all know they didn't deserve her anyways, and this is how it should be. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner is Project Q83. We've been informed that Project Q83 is a bit shy, but don't let that stop you. PQ is a skilled chef, masseuse, and contortionist. This was proven when the project fit itself into the skin of a scientist to fool the guards into releasing it from the containment cell. Now it's looking for a good time with a fun partner with lots of room in their heart. And skin. No. Oh God, hobbies. I have not been sapient long enough to know. Favorite food, tongue. Favorite song, pleasing sounds. Favorite animal, goat. Favorite kink, feeling beneath nerve endings. Interesting fact, I am limitless. Please help, we're writing this while it's not looking. There's an injection at the lab that can kill the project. The access code is... Ignore this. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass on Project Q83. Yeah. Ooh, looks like our contestant is against science and doesn't want to do their part for the community. This ignorant and outdated view of the world will surely result in social shame and mockery for years to come, as is appropriate for those who go against science. Let's move on to the next potential partner, but at least I get to keep my skin. Our next potential partner is Tom. Everyone loves a mystery, and what better mystery than this next potential partner, Tom. Tom answered Tom to every question except gender, in which they wrote a detailed response about how they are not actually 100 hagfish puppeteering the rotting carcass of the original Tom. We are not actually 100 hagfish who killed the original Tom and slithered into his corpse in order to control it like some kind of meat mech. That would be silly. Haha, can you imagine the coordination needed to do that? It would be an impressive feat worthy of respect from fellow humans. So to be clear, we're a human and not a hollowed out human full of slime and fish. I don't know if you've ever seen a hagfish, but they are horrifying. And just on the off chance that he is, in fact, a rotting meat suit filled with 100 hagfish, I will pass. Sometimes fear is just stronger. The fear of the unknown, especially for our contestant, is just too much for them to handle. Our little cowardly contestant has gone and hid away from the potential that Tom brought to the table. Oh well. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner, Garkalshaboth. Garkalshaboth is looking for someone who will sleep in with it on weekends, do evening cooking classes, and uncover the first diamond of sin. This homebody is literally a home after absorbing the civilization of Galator for their hubris. Its favorite kink is organ fracking. Favorite food is arrogance. Favorite song is wailing. I'm full of arrogance. I will need to pass because it will eat me. And our contestant has passed on Garkalshaboth, much like the civilization of Galator did. Such hubris and arrogance will only spell doom for our contestant, but maybe they can get a date in before Garkalshaboth absorbs their essence, soul, and of course, teeth. Let's move on to the next potential partner. Our next potential partner, Lobo Rosso. A survivor of a primordial time, Lobo Rosso is up there in age, but assures us it's just a number. With plenty of energy to spare, partially because of their outgoing and active lifestyle, partially because of the 1,000 neophytes strapped to the obelisk of suffering that forms the substance that is their soul. Lo is looking to settle down with a loving partner and maybe start a family of damned ones. That sounds so wholesome. Of course we'll date you. What a pitiful individual, am I right, folks? After all, our contestant didn't place the neophytes on the obelisk, so why should they lift a finger to help those suffering? A good lapdog in the status quo through and through, our spineless little contestant has shown that their libido takes priority over the health and safety of others when they chose Lobo Rosso. Okay, let's go ahead and pass on Lobo Rosso. And our contestant has said no to Low. I don't know why, there's literally no other partners to choose from. Close-minded, scared, maybe even a bit racist to our group of potential partners. We'll never really know because we cut the mic feed in their booth. We're at the end of our show and our contestant is still single. That's alright, champ, not everyone is cut out for fast-paced, shallow love. Since we never made any promises about the success of this method of dating, we owe you nothing. You get no consolation prize, no words of condolences, not even a pat on the back. You don't deserve my touch. Only winners deserve my touch. Wait, I'm being told by my producer, we do have a consolation prize for you. Look at that, an act of charity from our executives. Probably a tax write-off if we do this. Contestant, you're going home alone tonight, but not empty-handed. We're giving you a free ride home. Yes. Your car was towed during round 4 and we weren't about to stop the show to tell you. Good night, everybody, and see you next time on YASS or Pass. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, I'll go back and I'll show you all the other potential partners. But I think I picked the best ones. All right, Rosalind, even though you're a crazy person that likes broccoli pizza. Right off the bat, our eager and clearly desperate contestant obviously doesn't think before they leap, which should be considered a big red flag if they didn't even want to see their other options. Contestant, you have chosen to go on a date with Rosalind.
Oh, wow, really? I'm looking forward to it.
Aw. Well, thanks. I like your tattoo. And Jacob? Come on down, big fella. Looks like our contestant had chosen you. Now you'll need to be careful that our gluttonous and lazy contestant doesn't just sit around eating all the cupcakes out of your shop, ruining your entire business model with their disgusting lack of self-control. Contestant, you have chosen to go on a date with Jacob.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Let's have a good time.
Oh, thanks, Jacob. Let's do that. Okay, Nectane, the rotting soul of a god.
Yes.
Our contestant has made their choice, and an early, short-sighted one it is. Nectane's tantalizing offers didn't even need to get above free breadsticks for our contestant to immediately sell their soul to this hot carcass of a divine being. Contestant, you have stupidly chosen to become the faithful puppet of, and date, Nectane.
Tell me what you desire, little one.
Moving on. Okay, Gorm, the ever-starving killer of deities. You sound ambitious. Sounds like our contestant is going to disappoint the gods and most likely their parents by partaking in some deicide themselves. Contestant, you have chosen to go on a date with Gorm, the ever-starving. I take it back. 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 Okay, Project Q83. You sound like a safe choice. I hope you know yoga, dear contestant, but just by looking at you, I can tell you're really not that flexible or physically adept or even remarkable in any way. That's all right. I'm sure Project Q83 will help you get into shape, but boy, do they have their work cut out for them. Contestant, you have chosen to make room in your flesh for Project Q83.
Open yourself to me, mind and especially body.
No. Okay, Tom, the hagfish man. Our contestant is just unable to quell their curiosity, and for good reason. But that lack of self-control could be a sign of folly and bravado that so often leads to disaster. Contestant, you have chosen to uncover the mystery of Tom.
Tom.
Normal human sounds. His front parts are on backwards. He definitely does not look like the rotting carcass of Tom stuffed with 100 hagfish, that's for sure. Okay, Garkalshaboth, I like sleeping in on the weekends and diamonds. Yes. It's a hearty yes from our contestant. Of course, as Garkalshaboth is beyond mortal comprehension and needs an avatar to manifest in our reality, we can only assume the contestant is woefully unprepared and will never be able to satisfy their new partner sexually, mentally, or emotionally. The incredibly inept and unaware contestant has chosen to date Garkalshaboth.
There is so much within you, so is to be given to us.
That's the avatar they chose. Well, I don't know about you, but I feel pretty good about our free ride home. At least we got to go home. This game is incredible. I will definitely check to see if this developer has made any other games, because top notch. The dialogue, amazing. The art, amazing. The premise, amazing. I want and I need more. I need follow-up. I need first dates. But thanks for hanging out and playing YASS or Pass with me. I'm curious to see who your number one YASS is and your number one Pass is. So let me know in the comments, and I will see you later.
You say that you love me, say that you need me, say that shit all the time. Taking too much